Yo, what's up guys? Today we got a crazy video plan. So a lot of people are asking me, Brian, what's your album about? Why'd you name it what you named it? Why'd you do what you did? To that I say, shut up, get out of here. I put out my last album, It's Not All Black and White, as kind of a actual lock-in with music album. Now, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this, being as I'm going to college soon and it might not stick around. I might do it as a hobby. I might take classes for it in college, which I would love to do. But music for me is more of a fun thing. So putting out videos every Friday and editing them and things like that, and then still having to manage school and stuff like that is hard for me. Um, so I went away for a while, probably a year, didn't post anything. I took down all my videos, and then I put out this album, It's Not All Black and White. And that's was kind of where I got my spark back for music, and I really loved the sound of it and things like that. And then I was talking to some people, and they're like, yeah, we love this. I've heard a couple more of your songs that you've made, which I hadn't released because I didn't really like them. And they're like, you should do that type of album, which was they're more melodic, more acoustic guitar, punk rock. There's Juice WRLD beats in there and things like that. And I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So then I came up with Caitlyn. So Caitlyn is not a real person. Hate to break it to everybody. She's kind of this person that I've made up in my head as like every girlfriend I've ever had, and it's like the goods and the bads. So she's like this pretty much like amazing, like irresistible girl, but she's also like horrible and a piece of shit at the same time. As I came up with that idea for the album, I took a couple of songs that I had already made that fit the vibe. So some songs are just thrown into the album, and then others I wrote for the album. So a lot of these songs were very time consuming, and a lot of these songs were like that. And we're going to be going over that today. Today I'm going to be ranking every single song on the album, and I'm going to be getting it a 1 through 10 rating and the backstory. So this should be a good 15-20 minute video. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to be going in order for every single song. So when I had just got my mic, I had Hudson, which is on the album, and Trace come over, and Hudson brought his XLR because I didn't have one. I didn't know that the mic didn't come with one. I didn't do enough research. That's on me. So I literally couldn't use my mic. I bought a Shure. I got all the, I was ready to have a good sound, and I couldn't figure it out. Well, I invited Hudson over. He brought his XLR, and we got in my studio, and I recorded one song the entire time we were over there. We did one song on the mic. And as we're doing the song, we're about halfway through, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, it doesn't really sound all that different. I didn't switch a mic from my computer mic. So half of Losing Sleep is actually recorded on my computer mic, and half of it is recorded on the Shure mic. I did a lot of the ad-libs with the Shure because that's towards the end of the song. If you haven't watched my live stream / video on how I made Remedy, which is basically how I make songs, go watch it, but that kind of shows you how I build up things. But when I was doing this song, I already had it written from a while ago, and it just kind of sat on the back burner. I only had the first half written, so we're recording it. I noticed that the mic is all messed up. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if I just like kind of integrate small pieces? So I re-recorded some small pieces, and then we get to the second half of the song, and I'm like, oh, I have half a verse that I still need to write. And Hudson was like in the back, and he just like rambled off a melody, and I was like, oh my god, I'm using that. So I didn't write it, I turned on the mic, and I freestyled the rest of the verse, put the chorus back in, and the rest is history. I really enjoy Losing Sleep. I think it's a great song. It's a great opener from the album. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever made. I'm definitely gonna give this an A tier. I wouldn't give it an S because like S is like perfect. I think there's some things that could be done with this song. such as the mic quality. That could have been redone, but I like the way it sounds, so I don't know. I think the mixing could have been a little bit better and things like that, but at this point in time, I'm still learning to mix. This is probably 8 months ago, maybe 6 months ago that I wrote this, so I'm still getting into my own groove, finding my own sound when writing things. Stay Away. This song with Trace is great. For the past year and a half or so, me and Trace have been hanging out every other weekend, just recording songs, writing songs, doing things, having fun, partying, and I really enjoy it. And a while back, we had this idea for a song, and I wrote a chorus to it, kind of, and then I kind of was like, wait, that sounds good for a verse. So we put it as the verse, and then I wrote the chorus, and then Trish was like, oh my god, let me write my verse. So he wrote his verse, and then we recorded this. This song is recorded on the computer mic. If you haven't checked it out, I suggest listen to the album before you watch the ranking. That'll probably help. But this song is also really good, and I think it complements Losing Sleep if you listen to them in order. So, by the way, this tier list is going to be in order of the album when we do it. So this song is definitely getting an A. We love that song. Now, I Hate Goodbyes. I was in a small group. I think I still am in it. We don't post much. We don't really make songs anymore with HUDDI the One and Trace Miller. It was me and them, and we basically were like, okay, we're gonna make a trio, and this is what we're gonna do. We're all gonna write parts, we're all gonna find beats. You know, if somebody writes a little bit more on a song, that's fine, because we're a group, we do things together. We shared melodies, we shared things like that, we shared lyrics. We got on a whole bunch of songs, recorded them all, blah blah blah. Well, during that time I wrote the song, I Hate Goodbyes, and it was supposed to be me and Hudson. But I ended up really, really liking this song, just singing it. And then I got to recording it, and I absolutely hated it. I just couldn't get the sound right. And then eventually, as the album's rolling around, I'm like, you know what, we'll just throw this on there. So this was kind of just I don't know what to do with it. I re-recorded it with my Shure mic, just the main vocals. I kept all the original ad-libs, and I still don't like it. I Hate Goodbyes. I really like the writing on it, so I don't want to put an F tier, but the quality is just so bad. I think I have to go F with it. Deep End, like I said, for a while, me and Trace Miller have just been going on and doing these things and recording the music and having fun. We actually freestyled this whole song. I recorded the chorus, and he's like, oh my god, that's so tough. So we went back and forth on the verse. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna record something. And then I pulled, like, the second verse, I recorded the whole thing. And then I pulled out parts, and then he filled them in. And not one bit of this song is written on my Google Docs. And I actually love the sound for this song. It's the better punk song on the album. I'm gonna give this an A tier as well. Make Me Feel Okay. So, I wrote this song about 1 a.m. in the morning. Oh, in the 1 a.m. Am I lagging? I wrote this song about 1 in the morning. I was kind of just feeling myself, you know, on an acoustic beat. I was like, I was like, oh my god, I could actually use that. So I wrote to the melody, wrote the entire song. I finished probably 2 in the morning after going over it, singing it a whole bunch of times, making sure everything sounded good. And it's just kind of the same thing with that I Hate Goodbyes. I recorded it probably 4 different times. On my computer mic, I recorded it on Hudson's mic in his studio. I tried different studios, tried different things, and I just couldn't get it to sound the way I wanted it to sound. And then the last time I recorded it, I was like, oh, I actually genuinely like this. And that's when I really figured out how to mix things. But I've definitely done a lot better. So this song isn't my favorite, but it's not the worst. I don't think it deserves a B tier. I think it deserves a C tier. And like I said, all these songs are like different parts of Caitlyn. Please Don't Go. This is an Indigo song. We performed this at a bar as Indigo. I wrote the whole thing, and I just kind of was like, you know what? We're not posting on Indigo anymore. I'm gonna put it on the album because I really, really like the story behind this song. The mixing for it and the way that the vocals clash on it, I don't like, but the writing is great. I'm gonna put this at a C tier, and I'm actually gonna move Make Me Feel Okay. Actually, I'm gonna keep it C. So, C tier for Please Don't Go, featuring Trish Miller and HUDDI The One. Tell Me the Truth. Now, this was yet again on the generational run where me and Trish were just banging out songs. Over FaceTime one night, we wrote this song together, and then he came over to my house, we recorded it. I worked my magic on it with my producing stuff. This is the first song that I fully produced and kind of found my sound on and made it sound really, really good. Okay, so Tell Me the Truth gets an A tier. Next up on the list, we have Remedy. This song I made on stream. Go check out the video. I'm gonna put it like right there. I love this song. This song is amazing. I was just fucking around on stream. I was like, you know what, let's write a song. Wrote it, recorded it, saved it, then it didn't save, then I re-recorded it, then I made a video about it, which took me a while to edit, but we put it out. This song is 100% an S tier. This song was made on a Juice WRLD beat. I love this song. This song was made to basically like preview the album as a single, and I really enjoy it. The next song that we have on here is Me Time. I wrote this a little bit before I wrote Remedy, and I didn't really like it. I couldn't really find like a nice vibe that I wanted for the chorus. I was switching back from like kind of an aggressive chorus to like a storytelling chorus, and eventually I just freestyled the second verse, so there's kind of not a lot of effort put into it. This song is gonna get an F. Yeah, like the songs are like it's cool, but like the bars aren't that great, the ad-libs aren't that great. Gone for Good. This song is the greatest song I've ever sang on by myself. I'll put it there. Like, I wrote this all myself. I found the beat, I recorded it, mixed it myself, sent it to Tracy. She was like, oh my god, you need to put this out. So I was like, alright, I'm putting this on the album. And I think it's a great way to close the album. This did close the album, and then the rest of the songs that we have on this list are part of the deluxe. But we're just gonna throw them in here because they're all part of the album. So Gone for Good is an S tier. Caitlyn, favorite song on the album, name track, self-explanatory. I was on FaceTime with Trace. He came up with this melody that over a beat I was listening to. I was like, oh my god. So I wrote the chorus, wrote the first verse, and originally the beat was only chorus, verse, chorus, and the song ended. Middle of recording it, I mess up the chorus, and I'm like, tripping on pills, what I show up, put her in the wheel, what, and my feels wet. And I just was like, wait, that's tough, I want to keep it. So I extended the beat to have another verse and another chorus, and I started off the second verse with that, and then I literally freestyled the rest of the second verse, and it is great. I love it. I put like a lot of work and effort into this. There's a music video for it. If you haven't listened to it or watched it, go watch it. It's the best song I've ever made. Never Enough. Now this goes back to the whole me and Trace running through it, just making songs. One night, me, him, and his brother, little brother Luke, we were all hanging out in my crib in the studio, just like, you know, messing around. I found a Juice WRLD beat. He was like, oh my god, we need to record to this. So we wrote to it, we recorded it, and yeah, this song is great. My ad-libs are amazing on it. I love it. This is really where I found my raspiness in my voice when I record my ad-libs, and it really pushed me more into those trippy red vocals and other things that I like to put in my songs. So this is going to be an S tier. Time Spent. Now, this was also supposed to be an Indigo song. Me and Hudson made it a while ago. It's just been like in my computer, fully recorded, fully mixed, and everything. And I was like, you know what? I really like the vibe for this. I want to put this on the album. So I ended up doing it. I went through, I remixed a little bit of it, I added a little bit more ad-libs, things like that, and we got this song. I really like this song because it kind of it's separate from all the other ones. It gives more of a like an X vibe to it than a Juice WRLD or like punk rock, or you know, it's just different, but it fits with the theme. So Time Spent is gonna get an A tier. Oh, A tier. And then Rock With Me. When I made this song, I was sitting with Trace. I was freestyling on a beat, and he was like, "Oh my God, you need to make that the chorus." So I freestyled the chorus on a random beat. Found this beat. I was like, "Oh my God." So I wrote it down. It works with it. Then the verse for it, I didn't feel like writing. I'm not even gonna lie. This was like right before the album's coming out. I was like, oh, I gotta get this song done. I just freestyled the second verse, freestyled the bridge, threw the chorus back on there, threw a chorus back on at the end, added my ad-libs and shit. Then I sent it over to my guy, Skunk. Within 3 days, he sent me back the best verse I've ever heard from him. This is like, this song is amazing. I love the way he mixes vocals. From Florida to New York, that's the hashtag for this song. But you know, I'm really looking forward to working with him more in the future. If you haven't checked out his shit, go check out his shit. Check out Trace's shit and check out Hudson's shit. They all were amazing on this album. But we're gonna add this up into an S tier. This is the tier list. At S tier we have Remedy, Gone for Good, Caitlyn, Never Enough, and Rock With Me. At A tier we have Losing Sleep, Stay Away, Deep End, Tell Me the Truth, and Time Spent. We got nothing at B tier because it was either really good or bad, you know what I mean? We have Make Me Feel Okay, Please Don't Go at C tier, and I Hate Goodbyes and Me Time at F tier. And it wasn't really the song. Like, I like these songs, but they're kind of just like, I feel like I could have done better. Like I said before, if you haven't listened to the album, go listen to it. It's a banger. I spent a whole lot of time on this album, and I can't wait to do more with it. That's it for this video. If you like what you're seeing, press the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. That's cool too. If you have different opinions on this, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your favorite song from the album was, or just your favorite song from me in general. I know a lot of people really liked Remedy and Caitlyn, but there's some sleepers on here that didn't get enough attention, I feel like. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.